Dome tent installation instruction. In this video, we will show you how to install and assemble a geodesic dome tent with a diameter of 19.68 inches. Before installing, please check with the packing list to make sure all of the parts and accessories are complete. The list of parts and accessories is Now, let's start the installation. First, we need to find a center point on the ground where the tent will be installed and fix the position with a nail. Then put a rope and a maker to draw a circle with a radius of 9.84 feet. Next, we start to assemble the door frame on the tent. Then place the door frame outside the circle after assembly. Then use a tape measure to measure a straight line distance of 31.52 inches on the circle and mark these 2 points with a marker. Move the door frame on the mark and fix it to the floor with screws. After fixing the door frame, we place the struts and the base plates around the circle, then place the remaining struts on the ground inwards the circle center. Starting from the bottom mounting ear of the door frame, screw in the screws to assemble the struts and the base plates. The 19.68 feet dome tent is a half-spherical surface formed by connecting a lot of struts in a triangular pattern. As long as we know the connection pattern, the dome frame can be quickly built. Let's take the following picture as an example. Take the first connection point as the center point, placing the horizontal struts on the outermost of the tent, and placing the 2 struts downwards in the middle, then placing the 2 upward struts innermost. In this way, we assemble all the remaining struts. Outward screws are screwed inward toward the dome center. Tighten all screws with a wrench. Finally, screw the base plate to the ground. The installation of the dome frame is complete. When installing the electric skylight, we first assemble the frame of the skylight and tighten them with zip ties. The installation position of the skylight is below the apex of the tent frame. Fix the assembled skylight with the dome frame by using stainless steel dot clamps. Next is the installation of the tent lining. We first need to find out the apex point of the lining. Then tie the lining apex point to the apex of the tent frame. Then find the position of the door of the lining. Tie this door part on the door frame with the strap that comes with the lining. Then follow the tent frame from top to bottom to straighten the lining and fasten it with zip ties. The installation of the lining is complete. Facing the tent door and count from the triangle on the second tier at the left. The 12th triangle is installation position of the round window. At this position, we install the frame of the round window at first. Adjust this frame to a suitable angle with tools and fix it on the dome frame with screws and nuts. Then we unfolded the outer cover of the tent. Tied the 2 corners of the cover with a rope and threw the rope to the other side of the tent. Put the cover from the other side. Adjust the position of the transparent and the door area during the pulling process and finally let the cover close cover the tent completely and in the right position. Then enter inside of the tent to tighten and fix the outer cover with the fixing rod and the J-bolt. In the tent, roll up and fasten the lining at the position of the transparent part of the outer cover to expose the transparent area. To install the round window, we first need to locate the position of the window close for the round window. This position is where we installed the round window frame before. After tying the window close, we cut a small cut on the inner lining and then slowly cut a side along the round window frame to cut out a circle. Cut the outer cover in the same way. Then place the round window on and adjust the angle. Use screws to fix the round window on the round window frame. Assemble and tighten the inner fixing frame with screws. And finally put silicone sealant on the outside. The installation of the round window is complete. With a highlighter, climb to the position of the electric skylight and cut the inner lining with scissors to expose the skylight according to the square shape of the skylight frame. The cut size of the inner lining is smaller than the actual skylight frame, and each side needs to reverse 7.88 inches of margin to be stuffed in the skylight frame to fix the skylight frame. For the installation position of the exhaust fan, please refer to this picture. After picking the installation location, we draw a circle with the inner circle of the exhaust fan's fixing frame. Then cut the inner lining and outer cover along the circle. Install the fixing frame inside and install the exhaust fan together outside the tent. Finally, trim the edges and corners of the extra lining and outer cover with a knife. The exhaust fan installation is complete. Before installing the door, we need to fix the outer cover and lining near the door frame with aluminum strips, and then install the door, and then cut off the excess part of the cover close and lining along with the aluminum strips of the door frame. The installation of the door is complete. Then, we use white nut caps to cover the screws exposed in the tent, cutting a small opening to cover those screws in the lining. Then we fix the edges of the outer cover with aluminum strips to the wooden floor. Finally, the installation of the 19.68-foot dome tent is complete.